Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barra in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is a News and Jentel Monday morning update with my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair from Hayden, Idaho, Jennifer Falah. Jen, how you doing today?
Great.
You noticed that? You noticed what I said? Okay.
Oh, coming to a theater near you.
You know. All right, guys. We're waiting for people to come in. There's already like 1,000 million miles from home. Remember that song "Talk Tonight" by Oasis? Great song. Anyway, quite a few of you guys over there in Rumble. Still waiting for the YouTube folks to catch up and start commenting. Why don't we just go through some hello? Sorry, we're a little bit late. Jen was getting her makeup on.
No.
So that was the problem. Actually, Mike was in the bathroom, so didn't quite get the shower done in time for the show. So, all right, Sunnyflower here's Gina Skinner's here. Julie's here. Sexy Rexy is here. Todd Gibbs. Rick Norman is here. Dave Schlitz. Dude, your family name is like a beer name. That's cool. Richard Gregory is here. A few other people. Susie Q is here. Thomas Klein. Jen Meyer is here. Pick Six Prime Time. Jen and Mike, greetings. Pick Six Prime Time. I am Blessed is here. Batman. Christopher Iverson is here, wielding the wrench as he always does. Linda Smith, Julie, Libby, Oregon Farm Girl, Monty Wilson, Britt Baker, Iridescent Flame. Haven't seen you in here before. Hope you're not a troll that needs to get banned. Bon is here. John Ellis is here. Peter Smets, Baja Girl. Okay, waiting. I'm gonna mark some of these questions. Hopefully we get to some questions today. Hopefully there's less news, but we don't know. Good to see you guys. Victoria Scooble's here. Christine Packer is here. Carla Marie, so many people are in need. Yes, may we soon be able to help. Yes, I was spending some time thinking, I think, Jen, if we're going to do a party, we should do it at the Ahern, which is where the Mark Z meet and greet was here in Las Vegas. It's right down just off the strip on Sahara. And it's where the Republican Party had their election night party in Las Vegas.
Is it nice? Well,
it's very nice, and their owners are conservative and MAGA, so that might be a nice place. But what we'll have to do, Jen, is after this happens, you'll have to just fly out here. We'll have to go look around at different places and see what kind of deals we can swing.
Yeah, let's do that.
I still want to hire Cheap Trick. Nice to catch you live. Hi, Anna. Okay, let's get started then with a little bit of news. We got about 2:50 here. What news is there? Well, there is some things that are very frustrating to me, as I am one to be frustrated. But, okay, I'm hearing a couple of different things. On the bond side, I have my two sources. One has not heard anything, but he expects that he will get paid today. The other bond source expects that he will receive his contract today. That's what he's been told. And he's been told that the gold-backed currency, the new money, will be out tomorrow. Okay, that's what he's told. That seems premature to me, but that's what I hear. I always thought that would be on later. What, Jen?
Out where?
Out where?
How out?
I believe in the banks and circulated and announced, and I don't know. But keep in mind that we had this scenario a month or so ago. You could put the new money out and call it for counterfeiting purposes. There's new money being distributed, but it's actually going to be the new currency. So we shall see. Also, want to remind everybody, I did watch Phil on Saturday, and I think Phil is relatively useful to watch. And Jen, my favorite thing is when he talked about how contracts contracts that are in dollars are null and void if the currency is no longer the dollar. I wonder. Hi, Phil. It's nice to have you here, Phil. We'll get you all prepped up. We'll get you prepped up for your live stream for tomorrow night. No problem. No problem. Now, Jen, there are some things that frustrate me, and I don't know if they're going to be in the Jentel or not, but we have sat and watched. We stopped the cheating at the presidential level, but we have sat and watched, and I want to do a quick screen share here. If you look at the map of the U.S. Senate races, and it's going to be hard for you guys to see this because it's probably pretty small. Let me see if I can absolutely maximize it. But if you look at the U.S. Senate map, it is it's not possible that Donald Trump won Pennsylvania and Dave McCormick didn't win the Senate seat. They're still disputing the Senate seat. He is classified as the winner, but they did say he didn't win it. In Michigan, where we know there's lots of corruption, guess what? Elisa Slotkin, very, very late. Again, they kept counting and counting and counting. And then, oh, guess what? Mysteriously, big boxes of ballot dumps were found. And she steals that Senate seat. In Wisconsin, they stole the Senate seat from Eric Hovde. Tammy Baldwin did not win that seat. In Arizona, Kari Lake beat Ruben Gallego. We all know that. Again, late ballot dumps. They kept counting for days and days and days, slowed the count to a crawl so they could manufacture more ballots, sneak them in the back door. And here in my home state of Nevada, Jackie Rosen, who's about as popular as gonorrhea, supposedly Sam Brown. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. So in reality, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 Senate seats that were, in my opinion, actively stolen. And the problem with this is that if you have a 57 seat majority instead of 53, you have 4 more senators that are going to vote for, let's say, Rick Scott as the Senate Majority Leader, not Mitch McConnell's hand-picked lackeys, John Thune or John Cornyn, who are both Trump-hating anti-MAGAites who will do anything they can to stop Trump's legislative agenda. So these are bad. This is bad news, and it bothers me that we are not hearing from the Trump campaign about this. We are hearing some rumblings from the Democrats. Oh, it's not possible that we won the Senate in that state and lost the presidency. See, they're insane. They're thinking the opposite. So what happened was, I believe, is once the Democrats knew that they had lost the presidency, they pivoted the fraud to the House and the Senate. And I'm going to just say, I think there's probably at least a dozen House seats that were probably stolen during this process too in various states. The question now is, what is going to be done about it? And as it stands now, nothing has been done about it. So that's where we stand with the RV in terms of news I can gather. I don't know why we're sitting here on 11/11 and we're not making our appointments or going to our exchanges. I don't know. There's no reason that I can see why not. Perhaps Jen can enlighten us as to the reasons. I don't know. Don't want to put too much pressure on you. But these are things that are out there right now. And yes, the wrong Senate Majority Leader can stonewall Donald Trump's agenda. They're going to play stall. Remember in college basketball, there used to be this thing called the 4 corners offense, which wasn't an offense at all. They just put guys at 4 quarters of their half of the court and just passed the ball around and held it for time and just forever, and ended up winning games like 16-11. You know, that's how they did it. They just took the air out of everything. And that's what I think the Senate Republicans are going to try to do. So we do face some challenges and some crises. We've won an important battle, but the war is far from over. Jen, you look, that's a great shirt. I like that shirt. That's very sparkly. It's kind of cool. It's got like reflecting.
Isn't
It looks like something the
it's
Romulan
just a flower
ambassador.
print blouse?
Yeah, it looks like something the Romulan ambassador from Star Trek would wear.
Oh yeah, that's why you like it, because it looks like I got the little thing right there.
It's got that 60s Star Trek look. All right. All right.
Pull it out of
So
the closet.
Jen, do you have any comments on anything I said, or is it going to be in the Jentel?
Actually, the Jentel is addressing these things today. There's not a whole lot of it, but Jentel confirmed on the ballot dumping. So they couldn't do it for the presidency. Well, they did, but
let's just go. Yeah, they did. Let's just go. You do your thing.
Okay. This is Jentel, interdimensional meditation. 4/11/11/24. Location: the library. I went back to the conference table to sit with Jesus, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, and Haniel to see where we're, because I had no idea what's going on. RV News. Jesus spoke, and I just translated basically what he told me. Current goal for notifications is 5 days. So we're looking at Friday or Saturday. There's some governing board in Iraq, and they have been given the go, and told to get it done. The street rate will change and be posted. It's in their hands now, and they have 5 days. If they do not, they will receive a call from Trump. Question: what has Trump been doing since winning the election? Jesus says he's been calling world leaders and making arrangements for the release of Nasara Jassara. He has a list of planned events to take place. There is movement all over the world to prepare. Some of these, not all, but some of these world leaders knew he would win. Coming in the news. Jesus showed me landslides or avalanche caused by underground charges. The next thing I heard, bullet point, was attempts to bury servers. Next bullet point, Dems want to recount of votes in an attempt to regain seats. So that's what I've got on that. They can't get the election. They can't get the presidency. So they're going to try and cheat to get the seats right now in the House and the Senate. And there will be widespread panic from the Democratic Party about Trump policies, and more protests are being organized. So that is where we are now. So I actually saw I actually heard avalanche first, which didn't make sense this time of year, but it may not be here. But caused by underground charges, attempts to bury servers. Dems want recounts of votes in an attempt to regain seats. There will be widespread panic from Democratic Party about Trump policies, and more protests are being organized. So back to the RV news. The current goal for notifications is 5 days from now. So somebody got a call. He said, and there is a governing board, okay, in Iraq. And they have been given the go, and they told to get it done. So basically Trump called him and said, listen, you got till such a date to get this done. Post it. So and he left it in their hands. If they don't do it, they'll receive another call from Trump. Probably not good if that happens for them. So what Trump's been doing is calling these leaders, making arrangements, telling people like Iraq, get it in gear. We got to get this moving. All the other countries are like, oh yeah, we don't need a war anymore. Of course, sure, yeah, we'll do that. And so there is a list. I saw an actual list, like paperwork of all these things that is going to happen. And he's calling all these world leaders, telling them to basically that it's time for this rollout to begin. And there is movement all over the world to prepare for that. And some of these world leaders knew he would win and had been waiting for that. So that's what I have today.
Interesting, Jen. Almost 2,000 of you guys in the live stream today. Close to 2,000. That is
for
great.
showing up.
Thank you for showing up. We appreciate it. Also wanted to say, forgot to mention this. It is 11/11. Happy Veterans Day to everyone. This is the day that World War I ended. It ended on 11/11/18 at 11:11 in the morning. It was supposed to end at 11, but the shots, the artillery didn't cease until 11:11, and nobody knows why. So happy Veterans Day to all who served, except the Democrats like Millie. You don't get a happy Veterans Day. All right. So good stuff. 5 days. I remember we were kind of waiting on last week, 5 days. It's been 6 days since the election. We need things to move forward.
Whatever. This is where we're at.
It's good. I didn't mean that as a criticism.
I don't know what to tell you.
Mentioning, we're in another 5-day window. And, Trump is finally putting pressure on the Iraqis. And so he's got a sense that he'll get another call. Do you think there's any action beyond that if they don't go? Is there anything we can do? Or are we at the mercy of Iraq to actually trigger this thing?
Basically, yeah. Right now. For our turn.
Yeah. So, all right, you camel riders.
All eyes on Iraq.
Get your act in.
So supposedly it was true that Iraq's going to kick it off, and we are waiting for some kind of rate or posted. Now this is going to be a street rate.
Yeah.
5 days.
Okay. So on the voter fraud thing, they are moving forward. The Democrats are going to ask for recounts and audits. Are they really that stupid? I mean,
well, they think when they do the recount, they can.
They'll cheat that too.
They'll cheat then on the recount.
Okay, and I assume our side's not going to let.
It's
that
a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap. It's a trap. Admiral Akbar.
Oh, by the way, it's a trap.
By the way, Jen, wanted to share. I wanted to share this with you. Yeah, this is kind of what the outfit looks like. I'll just take myself out of it. So.
His outfit.
Yeah, it's kind of looks like your top.
This looks nothing like my top. Okay, that's a dude.
Well, it is a dude, but it's nice. It's a nice, colorful, and actually, it's funny they have that. They had that.
Can you take the CBD Gurus thing down? I'm starting to get a twitch.
Yeah. Yes, I will take the CBD Gurus thing down. They let me take it down. I saw that actual costume at the Science Fiction Museum in Seattle, the EMP or whatever they call it now. And it is so colorful and so bright. And, this is in the days when color TV just came in. So they were like focused on everything being so colorful. And yeah, it kind of looks like that, Jen. All right. So it's a trap. We're setting them up. We're going to get them. So do you think that we're going to get, well, look, the most important thing right now is the RV for us. That's the most important thing. How are they going to sell the RVs? They're going to have to be some other geopolitical events to cover it or to excuse it, or is it just going to be done behind the scenes and the money's just going to then flow into our economy? Or how are they going to do it? Are they going to keep us under NDAs, make sure we're quiet?
It's a private event. It's a step to Nassara. Nassara, that is the main goal in Trump's mind. So you're not really going to hear about it unless you're involved.
So it's going to sort of prime the pump for Nassara Jassara, which probably now looks like it'll
stepping stones to that
of the year.
We have to get that done.
Cool. Okay. Any other Oh yeah, I can't think of really anything else. I'm sure people will bring these questions up in the chat and in the questions. I just like it's like I just want to focus right now, like everybody does, on the RV. That's the next thing. We won the election. Now the RV, expose the fraud. God, I hope the Democrats really push these recounts. God, I hope they do. That would be so beautiful.
They're going to expose the fraud in a massive public way. I just heard.
Yeah. Okay. So one other thing.
Well, that'll be fun.
We've talked about Trump winning before. And you talked about the words you got from the angels were greatest triumph ever. This feels really good, but I don't know if it's the greatest triumph ever still to come.
Yes.
That's still
what I asked was years ago when he was, I think it was when he was first in office. Oh yeah, and they were trying to impeach him and everything was going on. I said, "Oh my God, Gabriel, how is Trump going to fare through all these attacks from the deep state? I mean, how is it going to work out for him?" And he said, "Greatest triumph ever."
Yeah.
So, when you triumph over adversity, you triumph over attacks. He was talking about Donald Trump and that he triumphs over all of it. And who's been attacking him?
Satan.
Well, the cabal. Yeah, he wins. His character, him as the person, the position he's been put in. And how do you win over them? You take their money and their power, which is their power. So what does that tell you?
Yeah. And I don't remember if we had this discussion offline or online about he's going to serve longer than just 4 more years, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. But a client asked me, he asked me, well, how long will Trump be in office? Took me a minute because what I first heard was 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how is that possible? He says, well, he gets this 4. He's awarded, and I like the wording here, awarded 3. And I'm thinking, why would he get 3? But who's going to award him years?
Supreme Court's the only one that can probably do that.
Then he goes for another term. And I was like, well, how's he going to do that? He's going to be pretty old, I mean, and Gabriel actually said it just like this, med beds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, there we go. We just basically are getting
before we go
all of our prayers answered. Everything's coming true. It's starting to roll out. We just have to, there's a certain amount of time the way they have to do these things, but it's all coming.
Yeah.
It's all coming.
Has Trump been through a med bed yet? Has he done a med bed already?
No, he's received suppressed or experimental treatments.
Okay. High tech.
But they wouldn't be able to, what I'm hearing is that they're not going to be able to mask that in the public.
The med bed.
All of a sudden he looks 30 years old.
Okay. Because I thought there was maybe a med bed that would just heal up everything internally, but not necessarily change your external.
He has received some kind of, and one of the reasons, and not the only reason, of course, was the right to try thing.
Yeah.
Now I know that you have to be so there's something in all of that allowed him to receive these suppressed treatments or therapies or whatever. So he has received some of that just to keep him healthy inside.
Yeah. Because I did feel like he slowed down a little bit at the end of this campaign. I did feel like that.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, the man's been, I don't care how old you are.
Well, compared to 2016 and 2020, it seemed like he had slowed down some.
If it was me, I'd be like, you know what? I'm freaking tired. How many rallies did he do?
Oh,
and this man has, and ever since, he has not slowed down. If he went quiet, I see him on the phone, just on the phone.
Yeah.
They've got this thing of paperwork sitting in front of him with all these things to accomplish. And he's just checking them off. He's just going one by one, call this person, that person, get it going. Right. That's what I see him doing.
All right, guys. This is not a prediction, but let's stay hopeful that in 5 days we're hitting it.
That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Goals. We have goals here. The goal. 4 notifications is 5 days. There is a governing board in Iraq. What do you think about that?
I did not know that. I was always told it was up to the director of the CBI, actually. The government had actually turned it over.
Okay, so that's how he explained it to me. He actually used that wording. Governing board has been given the go.
I would assume that was the president. And the thing is, too, Jen, it also fits with the news reports, which is that Trump has been calling Sudani and talking to people in Iraq.
Of course he has.
So
what did he do the first time he got in office last time? I mean, this time he's just waiting for it. And it's like, all right, next day, boom. The man's been on the phone the whole time.
Yeah. All right. Let me double check. 450.
And that's why you were getting all these posts circulating from world leaders saying, oh, that's right, we'll stop the war. Because he's calling them and say, listen, if you don't do this right now, this is what's going to happen. And so everybody's like, okay, we'll do that.
We did it. We hit 2,000 in the live stream. I don't think we've ever done that before. We did it, guys.
It's pretty good for a Monday morning to be live.
Yes. All right, let's go through our usual stuff and get a few questions going here and then talk to people. Just to let you guys know, I used to say, in case these videos get taken down, go to mikebarrett.blogspot.com, but they never got taken down. That kind of indicates to me that the censorship was not as strongly in place this election cycle as it was in 2016 and 2020. But you can always go to mikebarrett.blogspot.com to pick up all kinds of cool stuff, like the shows I do with Jen, the shows, the Toxically Masculine Tuesday show I do with the guys, articles I've written, videos of lectures and presentations I've given, videos on the Calvine UFO, photo interviews with people like Marina Sarin in the UFO community, all kinds of cool stuff. I've got to really update this more. It's not that hard. I just take the video and put it on here. I've got to get more updates, but mikebarrett.blogspot.com also should be adding links to some of my friends and sponsors, which, by the way, speaking of that, do not forget, please, to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus over at the CBDgurus.com, where you can get all kinds of CBD-based products for your health, non-THC, THC products, gummies, pet oil, and treats. Go over to the wholesale tab, slide down to the Mike B wholesale tab, type in the discount code. What is it, Jen?
ALIEN.
ALIEN, Alien, and you get this week's specials. You also get, usually he throws some currency in. Oh no, this time you get a free Trump t-shirt with select lotion products. Get in, loser. America is back. That's the t-shirt you get. Let me see if I can expand that. No, I can't expand it. So anyway, there we go. Get in, loser. America is back t-shirt. Need help placing an order, call the number. This week's specials, we've got the skin lotion, which is great, the gummies, the orange flavored gummies, the pain cream, which for my arthritis I need, the Miracle Gold, all kinds of very, very cool stuff, including the immunity treatment. Also, please don't forget to visit our other wonderful sponsors, MikeBarrettPets.com. Over at MikeBarrettPets.com, you can pick up all kinds of super cool mushroom-based supplements and treatments for you and your fur babies, your dogs, your cats, your horses, yourself. It's all there on MikeBarrettPets.com. You know, Dave and I went out, click on the Shop Now button and slide over to the product page. But Dave and I went out to grab a dinner at Outback before we went down to the Bellagio Piano Bar on Friday or Saturday. And we started talking to a guy, and he was telling us about the cancer thing he'd been through. And I told him about Diana, and I told him about Mike Barrett Pets. And he sent her an email, and we're going to get him, Christopher was his name, I'm going to buy him a free bottle. Diana's going to buy him a free bottle, and we're going to get him over on that. And, guys, it's important. You never know why you meet somebody, but sometimes it becomes obvious. And it was like, he was talking about these cancer issues he was having. Let's get him on the mushroom stuff, get him on the CBD stuff, get him on ivermectin and Fenben. I directed him to all that stuff, and hopefully this really nice guy that we met the other night can actually move forward with his health journey. But on the product page, you have stuff like the Coriolis Creek Christmas Blend coffees are out. The Mush Puppies, I've got Barkley on the Mush Puppies and the Mojos. He's really great, really healthy. The Super Sauce, Special Sauce. Oh, they used to call it Super Sauce. Now they call it Special Sauce. For dogs and cats, the Pet Balm. I'm going to get some of this and rub it on Miss Fluffy Muffy's hot spots. Chill Doggies is really good if you have an overactive, hyperactive dog like I do. And Mush Ponies for the horses. And then, of course, the complete mushroom line of mushroom-based therapies for human beings. The Coriolis Versicolor, the Enforce Plus, the Clarity, the Restore, the Shield, the gummies, the coffees, the starter packs. They've got it all over at MikeBarraPets.com. And also, please, if you're looking for a replacement for your health insurance, slide on over to my page. Link in the description on this. Link in the description on the Ledger Nano S hardware wallet for your crypto. All this stuff, a ACN family of companies. Impact Health Sharing is the bestest one, most important one. It replaces your health insurance. It's taken everywhere. Any doctor, you can pay the bills that way. Doctors love it. Patients love it. It's about a third the price of typical common health insurance. And you can also sign up to be a reseller yourself. All these different companies, all these different services, internet, television, identity theft, travel, all kinds of cool stuff. Link in the description. And Jen, I noticed you did some remodeling over on jenniferfala.com. It looks very pretty and elegant for the holidays. Tell us what's going on over at jenniferfala.com.
Well, there's a lot going on over there. I have the gift cards for the holiday season out.
Oh, a new picture. A new picture too.
Well, it's an older picture, but yeah, it was in the file. It was in my. Anyway, this right here is a love button. So those of you asked to send a donation or a tip or to combine services, you can use that. If you want to get like 10 gift cards and just want to total the amount and do one purchase, use the love button. So below we have more offering for the holiday season. It is a 2-hour everything reading. This is mediumship. This is anything you want to know. Anything. Your life, any kind of readings that I offer or services I offer, we can get it all done in 2 hours. That's a nice gift for someone. Yeah,
anything.
Now, the 1-hour reading is just life questions. Okay, we're going to talk about your life, your relationships, your finances, what's coming. That is on sale as well. Everything is on sale. Pretty sure. Cool. Except the classes. We've got the 30-minute phone reading, and that's a good deal. And the medical reading is on sale too. The only reason I put that at $10 more is because it's hard to do, and so that I can tell the difference between when it comes through on the count there. The Everything Healing. Now, if you want to do, you can also use the Everything Healing if you want to use them for weight loss, and you can pick them up now, and you can get your 3 months or every other week or whatever you want to do. Just let me know. Email me after purchase and tell me what you did. If you combine a whole bunch of things, just email me and say, I got this, this, and that. Send me the gift cards. Okay. The classes are still available. Susan Gretz is still on the website. Scroll down. Marcy Howe. Those two ladies, you can probably get to them faster than me right now if you have something urgent. Now, I do know there's a little bit of a typo here on this one. I will get it fixed, but this is my recommendation for hypnotherapy. I said I was going to be putting it on the site. I had problems getting it done with a link that would link to her website. That link right there will link you to her website. And I think her name is there you go. And you can go and make arrangements there. Now, so many times in the past, I found that people would benefit through the readings I'm doing, people could really benefit from this kind of thing. They have been, and her husband, they have been in this business for a very long time, very experienced, certified, and out of many submissions, I chose her. And how would you pronounce that? Anik?
I'm sorry, how to pronounce what?
Her name.
Oh, Anka.
Anka.
Anka is
Okay.
how I would
I
pronounce
didn't
it.
really want to butcher her name because I
Anka
wasn't sure how to
Effie,
pronounce
yeah.
it. We've
Anka
communicated
Effie.
before, but she is wonderful, and so is he. And get on over there if that's something you'd like. She does not work for JenniferFull.com. Neither one of them do. I'm just posting on my website if you were looking for this kind of service. And I'm probably sure that I will be getting services from her. I probably have a giant list of things that I would love hypnotherapy for. So anyway, go and get your gift cards now. This is the easiest way to send a gift, especially to all those people, friends, and family online that you don't want to ship things to. Their picture, you'll receive it in the email. When you email me after, you can send it any way you can send a picture, via phone, email, private message, anything. You're done. The instructions are on the card. Once you give it to them, they take it from there, and they schedule with me.
Cool. All right. That is what is going on over at JenniferFull.com right now. Hypnotherapy is great. I had a lot of flying anxiety after 9/11, and I went to a hypnotherapist, and it didn't all go away, but it was reduced by about 95% so I could fly again. I mean, it was really hard, and she did a great job on that stuff.
And she can and does do this remotely.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do not have to be present there or travel to her.
All right.
So that's one of the reasons I chose her as well.
Yeah. And I think hypnotherapists do really great stuff.
Yeah,
damn it. I've lost some of the chat again over on the Rumble side. God dang it. Shoot. I know Super Dave had tipped us $50. I guess he's got to pay for his vacation. Just kidding.
Everything helps, Dave. Thank you.
Chat, yeah. And I'm sorry, but if we've missed your question in here, let us know. Also, Jen, I just started having a migraine.
So, all right, we'll cut it short.
Yeah, but we'll do as many questions as we can and as many as I can read because I get the flashing, so I have a hard time seeing anything there. But
yeah,
Evie Michelle is up. Jen, I've asked about my daughter Dominique. She went to the ER and they found a mass in the bottom part of her colon. No biopsy results yet, but the oncologist came in just in case. She wants to know if it's cancer. I don't know if you can even answer that, but let's see what we can do there.
There are some irregular cells there, but I think that they can remove it.
Okay. By the way, guys, I need, when I don't get neck adjustments, I get migraines is part of the problem, and I need a neck adjustment, and I was going to go after the show. So F you, migraine. Thanks a lot. You just couldn't wait an hour and a half for me to get my neck adjusted, could you? Dr. Sarah. Hi, Dr. Sarah. I think are you the Dr. Sarah from Whiskey and Wisdom? Probably. Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, Happy Veterans Day. Second, do you have any awareness about having a WISE account at our Redemption Center appointments? Will it contribute? Will it be good to have one, I guess is what she's asking. I have a WISE account, but I don't know that they're necessary.
I feel like that's separate from the RV deal. I mean, that's like a separate thing. It's just like safekeeping account. It might be beneficial, but I'm not going to promote that because I'm not familiar with it.
Also, guys, forgot to put the caption up there that we need your real name to help Jen connect. Okay, Lucy, Cindy here says, my daughter, Cindy's daughter, Rosalie's ex-boyfriend, Hunter, has come back into her life after both have been married and divorced. Is the universe aligning them for a long-term relationship?
Probably not the best person to ask right now. He's seeking comfort. She's allowing it. Don't get your hopes up.
Okay. Wolfcat says, you two are loved. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to know that. I know that, but Jennifer Ward, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Oh, that's the other thing, by the way. You can hit subscribe button down here and contribute to the show for $5 a month, which is the best way to support the show. Unless you just want to be like Super Dave and just give us hundreds of dollars every
Dave is awesome.
So Jennifer says, hi, Jen. My cat Hermes has been, that's a great name, by the way. Hermes has been in the hospital all weekend from a urinary obstruction. Do you see him improving? I'm very worried.
Who's talking? Who's asking?
This is Jennifer Ward.
Jennifer Ward. It's getting better. It was just pretty bad. Actually had like, what I'm seeing is like sores on the inside there, and those are healing up. It's just painful.
Get him on some super sauce mushroom treatments for that little kitty. Nikki, $5 Rumble Rant says, my friend Emily has to make the decision to stay in Arizona or move back to Utah. What do you see her doing? Nikki would like to know whether Emily is going to stay in Arizona or move to Utah.
What do you think she moves to Utah?
Moves to Utah.
Well, at least right now, that's the best possibility for, according to what she's thinking. Yeah.
Lisa, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, Jen, this is Lisa. Will my brother Steve's test results be negative? Hi, Mike. Hi there, Lisa. Will her brother Steve's test results be negative?
Negative, like he doesn't have something, or negative, like not positive, not good?
I don't know.
All right, let me see. Jesus says negative, like he's clear.
Cool. Jen, this is Diana, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Any message from my dad in heaven, John? He is a fellow veteran. Let's know if her dad, John, has anything to say to her.
Saying, I'm watching. I'm like, anything you can say real quick, because I'm on the show here. And he's like, watching and listening.
Watching and listening.
He was trying to tell me something else, but it wasn't coming in clear.
Linda H., Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, over a week on antibiotics for a sinus and chest infection, 9 weeks in. Any chance it will be leaving, or do I need more testing? Canadian healthcare is a disaster. Yeah, well, if something is free, it's usually not
9 weeks.
Great. Yeah. 9 weeks in. Free car, it's not going to be great.
Yes, but you also have a chest infection. You need to address that. I don't know if they're using the same antibiotics over and over, but you need to get something stronger.
Okay. Apollo Mission 77 doesn't give a name, but he has a 1-year-old son named Maverick Fleming. That's an awesome son. Maverick Fleming. He's had a cold. He's 1 year old and has been congested for almost 2 months. Can you tell us what's causing this?
What is a secondary infection? It started from sinus congestion. It's not draining out. So yeah, it sounds like a sinus infection or something.
Hi, Susan Gretz. Susan Gretz is here. Okay.
Good. How you feeling, Susan?
Michelle, I heard she was sick this week.
Yeah.
She
Like
doing
super
better?
sick.
Glad you're doing better. Michelle E says, so I'm going to sleep. Little Red Castle, $5 month subscriber. Michelle E says, I'm going to sleep and I'm kind of venting to my guide, Elizabeth. I get this image of a guy in a shower cap and a woman's robe smiling like I'm being pranked. I heard lighten up. I guess she just wants to know if that's a valid message.
I'm trying to figure out who that was, but I don't know. It does feel like there's something in the future attached to that, but that was a created scene. And I do think that you're getting too wrapped up in things. You've always been okay, and you will continue to be okay.
Grandma Patriot, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber says, hi, Mike. Is it true that the first full basket is not going to go with Dinar? No Dong and no Boulevard. No, none of that's true.
That's not true.
Debbie B says, my sister Nancy was just diagnosed with a spot on her left lung and is waiting for results on her T3 vertebrae. How will she be? Hopefully well.
She's okay.
Okay. Kathy W, Kathy with an E. My brother-in-law Tom is in rehab now, still doing dialysis 3 times a week and physical therapy. Do you see him getting moved into assisted living soon?
Yeah. Timing, I don't know if that's a month or 2, but yeah.
Carolyn, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, I do not have currencies. Do you see me getting to retire by Christmas? And my sweet 21-year-old cat Whiskers did pass quietly in her sleep. Oh.
Sorry. Or mid-January for you. Or into February.
Okay. Maybe that's when the SAR payments start. So maybe you'll be able to retire then.
Or debt cancellation. That'd be cool. Let's do that.
Yeah. Meantime, go buy some dong at least. So it's like $60 or $80. Scrape it up. Go buy some. Hi, Jen. This is Carissa, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. If I put the dogs on a strict eating schedule, will the accidents in the house stop?
Somebody has a urinary tract infection. It's a smell war, but I am picking up that somebody's got one. So
yeah, get them in and get
now
them in.
They're trying to cover it up with their smell. So it's once this starts in a house, I can't even tell you.
Yeah,
I mean,
get them an antibiotic shot. The dogs and the cats usually do really well with those. Susie, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Susie,
I don't think I answered your question though. Will it stop if she gets them on an eating? No. Go ahead.
Okay. Susie says her husband Troy has been having issues getting his passport renewed due to a past IRS issue. Do you see him at our daughter's wedding in Mexico in February?
No.
Primetime Gal says, Jen, big earthquakes caused landslides in Cuba today.
Shut up.
No, apparently.
Well, I got. Where'd I get that?
Avalanche,
I got
landslide.
Landslides are avalanche caused by underground charges. Now, we're going to see something that is going to try to cover up something. Okay, so I don't know if we're going to we'll probably just see the news of it, but I don't know if we're going to get the real story on this. But it's and I don't know if this attempt to bury servers is connected to that because it's a different bullet point, but interesting.
Yeah, Mermaid in America and Carissa Thompson. Yeah, I think we're at 5 days for notifications, not 5 days for us to be at the banks. I don't think centers. Doggy B, what if the House and Senate shootings being tolerated as a sting operation? Could entirely be possible. Nikki would like to know if she will hear from Cooper in the next month.
No, but he's watching you somehow. I don't know if he's got like on social media or something. I don't.
Yeah, actually, Mermaid in America, you're right. I could move the CBD Gurus logo over to the top right, and then it wouldn't, pierce Jen's head.
You could do that.
I will make a graphic to that effect, hopefully by Wednesday. Magnum Mike, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Jen, is the Brunson case going to be used to expose the fraud of the 2020? I think you said Wednesday that's a backup, right? It's like a backup plan.
No, there's something bigger.
Something bigger than that.
What I just got.
Moira, $5 Rumble rant. Thank you, Moira.
Okay.
Most grateful for everything you do. Will I be able to buy the house that I'm currently renting? Moira.
No, you get a different house.
Get a different house. Marango, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Says, Jen, this is Maria. My daughter Angelica and her family is having to move from her rented home. Will I be able to help her with a home before she gets into another lease? Thank you. God bless you both.
I don't really see the timing on that, right? I feel like she gets there and then you help them. And at that time, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I don't know if I see that happening before she signs another lease.
I dated a Venezuelan girl named Angelica in LA when I lived there. The Marin's Chair, $10 Rumble rant. Hi, Mike and Jen. Phil G mentioned on his live Saturday there will be something big happening with metals this week. He always says that. Does this relate to Project Phoenix?
I don't know what Project Phoenix is.
Neither do I. It's something he was talking about on Saturday.
Well,
this is part of the exposure process.
I would anticipate something big happening with metals anytime now, and then on from there. So I don't think that that's not accurate. But I don't really know what he was referring to.
And we have a QB in the live stream like we always do. Nikki, $5 Rumble rant. Oh, she already said that. Will I hear from Cooper this month? We already had that question. Kathy, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. So this is Kathy. My sister Karen has a good friend whose daughter Dahlia passed away yesterday. Wow, that's terrible. Did Dahlia cross over okay? Who was she with, and does she have a message?
2 women came to get her. I don't know if one of those is their guide because of the way that she is dressed. This feels like an aunt or a grandmother, somebody.
Wow. She's okay.
Yeah, she's in good hands. She's okay. She's just trying to get used to the transition for her.
Yeah,
20 minutes ago.
I mean, that's the thing when people pass, I think it takes them a while to get. They're not really sending you messages from afar yet. They have to get used to their new surroundings.
Well, they do show up, but it's because it's hard for them to stay in one place because you move with the speed of thought, or at the speed of thought and with thought. So if they're there and they're like, oh my God, what's going on with mom? They're with mom. So it's hard for them to stay put. So that's why a lot of times we'll wait a couple weeks to a month to do a mediumship reading, because it's so that they can acclimate, and they can get used to staying in one place for a while, controlling the thoughts.
Miranda, $5 Rumble rant says, hi, Jen and Mike. Miranda here. Do you see me going back to Texas in December?
No,
Courtney would like to know, she says, you recently saw my family coming into some money. Will this be from an inheritance? And do you have a time frame on
it? It is connected to something legal. Right before Christmas. That's it.
Okay. Dagny, $50 Rumble rant. Thank you, Dagny.
Thank
My
you.
granddaughter's facing, she says, my granddaughter, actually, yeah. Is that your name, Dagny? I don't have your name, but we will ask about Jillian Ryan. Okay, so her granddaughter, Jillian Ryan, is facing a horrible surgery in February. She's 23 and is confined to bed, withering in pain. Will the med beds come for her before surgery?
Yes.
Good.
Or in lieu of. They'll decide.
Wow, we have a spammer.
We must be popular then if we have spammers.
Yeah. What the hell? Eat you forever. Goodbye.
They'll just jump on popular chats.
Yeah.
Just watching numbers of posts.
All right. Lee, Little Red Castle. Lori Betty, Little Red Castle, $5 subscriber says, my mom passed a couple years ago. Vera passed a couple years ago. Is she finally happy?
Just with a man. Quite a bit taller than her. Yeah, very happy. Talking about other family, like the brother, and she's fine. She's with lots of people. And they're all having a very good time.
Good. Jen, I'm gonna have to ask people to wait on the Rumble rants and stuff, because I'm afraid we're losing questions because the chat recycles, so I can't get. It's like if it's too early, I miss it, and I sincerely apologize for that.
Christine Packer, no, he has not, and he's telling me he still loves you. You're just feeling down. He's never going to forget about you.
Okay, it's nice. Beth, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber says, Jen, can you tell me how long my basement dwelling daughter Emily will still live here? Sounds like Beth wants to get Emily out of the house.
Yeah, the problem is that it's so common. It's happening over here. They can't. It depends on where you live and how the rents over here have just like quadrupled. All right, let's look at that one. It's just going to be another few months and she'll be out.
Mark 7461 is now a monthly supporter. Yay! Thank you. As is Dagny. Thank you. Okay, Mark says, hello, Jen. My wife Andrea is having her interview in Reno next week for her legal immigrant process. Will my application for her be approved so she can come to the USA?
Progress. Yes.
Okay, Frederica. Hi, Frederica. Could you ask my Aunt Gladys how she felt about her husband Joe marrying her friend so close to her passing, and does she visit me? So Frederica would like to know.
That's a little too long for this kind of setting. That's something that would have to be done in a private mediumship reading.
She felt, yeah. Some people just get lonely. I know my parents had a friend named Rex, who was actually my algebra teacher in junior high, golf partner. And when his wife died, he got married again, like within 6 months. He just went because he just couldn't take being alone. So, people.
Men usually do get married again quicker.
Yeah, it's like the people that go out, run out and get another cat or another dog when their cat or dog passes, versus the people that wait until they they grieve the pet. So just don't have too much judgment about it, please, because everybody grieves differently. Lisa Jacobs, $5 Rumble rant. Thank you, Lisa. Can you tell me if you see my new boyfriend Craig as part of my future? He seems very genuine and loving. Are we good for each other?
Yes, he needs to give more. He needs to do more. Don't give him a free pass all the time.
Project Phoenix is the new name for Nasara Jasara. Okay, we'll make that connection. That's what Phil said. Yeah, it's a new name for Nasara because we know.
Well, Jentel confirmed. I said they'd never call it that. They're going to call it something else, and they're going to alter it a little bit. But
Project Phoenix, right?
Yeah, all kinds of Jentel confirms on Phil's live there. But you know, also no, I'm not saying he. No. I'm not saying that he watches me. Okay, Phil. I'm not saying that. But
he watches.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hi, Phil.
But
how you doing, man? We like you, Phil.
He actually confirmed something that I was talking to somebody in private about.
49ers suck, Phil, by the way. Anyway, I'm sorry, Jen. Go ahead.
Anyway.
All right.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the last live.
Okay. We got Dagny. Lorraine, St. Mary's Regional Medical Center in Reno displayed a picture of what looked like a med bed on their time clock. Why will they be a med bed healing center? St. Mary's Regional Medical Center in Reno.
On their time clock?
I think like there's a big screen probably on their clock thing.
No, but word's starting to leak out of this kind of thing. I don't know what that's about, but I don't think that's going to be a center. Now, what I originally saw, or not originally saw, but I saw recently, was that there would be medbed centers where you go to have the full reconstruction done or major things done. Then what I saw is that there would be smaller units for certain things, like to save life or limb in ERs. Okay. But they don't want just to pass them out to the hospitals because the people that run these things have to undergo a lot of training, and for that kind of, so if you're going to go in and say fix everything and take me back to 30 years old or whatever,
that's going to be a special appointment.
That's a major appointment that you have to go.
So if I want my gallbladder back,
but if you go in and you're just like bleeding internally and they can't get to it fast enough, they'll stick you in the one in the emergency room and get that taken care of.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, couple of quick questions. Victoria says, "Hi Jen, do you see my casita renting soon? I really need the money to pay my mortgage." I hope so, Victoria.
It's pretty quiet around that casita. Why? It's going to be another month or two. You have to make other arrangements. So
that sucks. Jen, will Senator Scott of Florida be elected Senate majority leader? That's a good question.
No, they have someone else in mind.
They got somebody else in mind. Vance, maybe. Mike, do you think the NFL or major sports are rigged to some degree? Yes, I do. And when they find out about the people that did that, they need to go to prison also.
Oh, wait a minute.
Glenn says, Mike, you moved at the right time. Do not ever look back. Good timing for sure. Yeah. Scott Ferguson loves Jentel. Who doesn't love Jentel? Jentel's cool. Okay, lots of political questions. Some personal ones. Anna D, much gratitude to you both. Question for Jen. My hubby Maurice just got told he is a borderline diabetic. Doctor is giving low dose meds. He is listening to me now about diet. How do you see this going?
Like somebody who sneaks food in the middle of the night when you're not looking. All right, just don't put it in the house. Okay. That's what I see. He needs to get serious about that because that is true. Just make sure you have stuff in the fridge for him to snack on that he can have. Okay. And he'll be all right.
Mike, will there be any juicy details? Will there any juicy details be in the JFK files? Of course there will be. Question is, they will be details. They will probably not come out and say that Majestic 12 had him killed. this is why I'm really hoping for the RV, because one of the things I want to do, one of the first things I want to do is do my presentation about the JFK assassination at the closest hotel to Mar-a-Lago that I can find as quickly as I can find in the new year. That's what I really want to do. And hopefully somebody from the Trump administration will be sent to pay attention to what is said at that event. So that's one of my first things I'm going to want to do, is to try to get them to look at that information. On the Glenn Beck show 20 years ago, he always said to watch the Bank of Iraq. That's where it will start. Well,
That's probably where it came from.
yeah.
What? Chris Iverson posted a link. What's that?
I don't know. I'm not down there yet.
Oh, it's Operation Phoenix.
Operation Phoenix. Okay.
We should look into that and find out.
Hi, Jen and Mike. It's Angie. Could Jesus tell me if my daughter Chloe will start talking to me again soon, and how I should handle things with her?
March.
Yeah.
Major revelations coming to her. March.
Jen, will my 49ers kill the Seahawks next week? No, because they're from a gay town. So no.
You want me to try? I don't even know if I can. No, I know. You know what? No, I'm not doing that.
Hi, Regina.
Because I already know. If I get the minute I call a game, you guys, all you men are gonna be running to me for that. Especially this one over there.
I will say this. If you watch the Strictly Football show with me and Brian, I am like 90-45 on my game picks.
Okay.
This year. So even though I know if I start betting on the games, I will lose my touch. But basically, that's like a 2-to-1 ratio. Okay. It's almost impossible to pick games out. That I am better than Jimmy the Greek Snyder ever was at picking games. I'm not picking spreads. I'm just picking winners and losers, which you can bet on in Vegas. All I'm saying is follow my picks. You might make some money. You never know.
You can have Brian on Tuesday?
Yeah,
that's
the show I do with Brian on Thursday, actually.
Oh, on Thursday.
Yeah.
Are you going to have him on Toxically Masculine? I think he did a good job on the election show.
I got somebody I don't. What's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know you did. I got somebody I don't like in here. So I'm going to get rid of him.
Well, we don't have people we don't like in here. Okay.
Brunson case questions. Linda Smith says, crazy neighbor Christy took down a perfectly good fence between our yards. Will she get the new fence up before it snows? It's only been post-cemented in for 2 weeks.
She's waiting on something like materials or something. She'll get it up.
Jen, has Chester forgotten me? I can answer that one. Christine,
I already did.
No. Jennifer would like to know if her dad Randy has anything to say to her.
Not quite sure if I'm hearing this right. I saw what you posted for me. Some kind of tribute. Some kind of message. Something you did. He saw that.
Angela Rena. Good morning. Good afternoon, Mike and Jen. My question is, I have recently become friends with somebody high profile online, and I am wondering if he is for real or if he's an imposter. No, it was me, Angela. Answer that one for Angela.
Imposter. Sorry.
They usually are. Julie wants to know if she'll be flying back to North Carolina on the 19th and back on the 3rd.
You know what? You got, let's see. Yes. Safe trip. just ask them to call you on the phone. If they can't call you on the phone and talk like a normal person, then they're an imposter. Pretty simple.
Julie, North Carolina, 19th and back on the 3rd. Okay.
I answered that before I answered the other thing. Yes.
Okay. Rick Norman. Jen, am I going to have trouble selling my mother's property?
Yes.
Gina Skinner. Hi, Jen and Mike. My husband Chris is having some lower left abdominal pain. Had a CT and they found nothing. Any ideas?
She's got major inflammation going on. I think it's, I hate to say this, but I think it's just gas. I mean, like, I feel like that part of his intestines just like has a turn there. And if that gets inflamed and anything moves through there, it hurts.
Yeah, inflammation. Mary would like to know if you see any financial relief before the holidays, regardless of the RV for her.
Some. I feel like it's either little refunds or checks in the mail, something like that.
You know, I remember one time I was like, damn it, you know, I really need some money. Barkley has $1,000 vet bill and some other stuff. And I was just all pissed off. And I was yelling at my mom up there in heaven, who's always telling me not to worry about money. And then like 2 days later on her birthday, I open up my bank account and there's $3,000 extra in there from fraud that they had found. Oh, we went back and reviewed your account and found $3,500 in fraud charges. Here you go. I was like, thanks, Mom.
Well, that's awesome.
Thanks, Mom. Yeah, that was fun. Anna says, thank you, Jen. And yes, he would sneak a snack. I'm not buying any more sugar snacks. I'm preparing a veggie snacks cut up. The thing is with sugar, I'm a sugar addict. And the thing is that when you're able to back off the sugar, you know, you forget how good a tomato tastes. It's like, oh, well, that tastes like nothing compared to a brownie. That's true. But if you stop eating the brownies, the flavor of the other foods starts to come through and they become more desirable.
Yeah, when you go on the low carb, I've been on for like, I don't know, 100 years now, a couple months. Once you're like 3-4 days in, you don't, or even in a week, you know, sometimes it takes 3 or 4 days to detox off of that sugar. And then you get to a place where when you have the opportunity to have those sugary things and those heavy things, you don't want it.
Yeah, it doesn't taste as, doesn't appeal as much. Frederica says, I had my assessment today for disability, and the person said he thinks I'll get the highest rate. Is that true? Is Frederica going to get the highest disability rate?
Yes.
Good for you. This is Gloria. My sister Alice. Alice has cancer. Is the ivermectin and mushroom capsules helping?
I can't tell you what to take and how much of it, but look at the ivermectin dose and see if you could up that a little bit. Research it.
Yep.
But yes.
Also, there's a combination ivermectin and fenben protocol that I just saw out there that's been very effective for a lot of people. So look into that. Do some research on that. Ivermectin and fenbendazole for cancer treatment. It's the information out there. And you can pick up, I mean, I resell Fenben, I think, you know, and so does Mark Z. So if you want to know where to get it, I can help you get it. And of course, Brooks is a great guy to get ivermectin from. Hi, Jen. Lynn was worried about that fence. Okay. We're not going to worry about your fence too much.
Well, they're waiting on something. It's either a shipment or...
Will the MS go away for Kathy C?
Not anytime soon, not without major intervention, like a med bed or something.
Carrie would like to know if she's on short-term disability, will I be going back to work?
No.
Wow, this is a heavy one. Rick wants to know if he has gout in his left ankle. That's not the heavy one. Or his, left ankle.
Rick. Lots of crust. Yes. Yes, but you also have some arthritis. And it's decreasing the circulation to the foot. You didn't have that looked at. You gotta do something with that.
This is really heavy. I'm gonna try it. We'll see.
Laura.
Sergio says, Jen, has my dad's killer ever been held accountable for his murder? I don't know if you want to answer that. You don't have to. If you don't want to, I'll just take it down.
Actually, this isn't Gratz, but let me see. She does like crime scenes, things like that. He has, but not for the murder. Not for his murder. There's something else that he's in trouble for.
Okay. Anna D, thanks, Mike and Jen. I think he'll do well. He stopped smoking cold turkey as a promise to my sister before she passed in late August. Okay, good.
Well, that's a major accomplishment.
And Federica says, I melted 5 massive fibroids with ivermectin. Good for you. Will my wife's TDM 47 go away soon, or will we have any lasting problems? Trump derangement.
Oh, I'm like, I don't know what that is.
I think that's what that means.
Well, it will calm down quite a bit.
Chris Pagan says, my fiance and I just had a serious feud. Will we get through it, or is
you're fine. You're fine. Give him some time. He's a brat.
Give him some time. Walk around and
he's the kind where he's got a brood about it. Yeah. He's going to be quiet. He's just going to.
Usually goes away if you just walk around in a bikini for a day or so. That usually he realizes, what am I doing here? Why am I fighting? Angela says, thanks, Jen, for that confirmation. I'm happy to catch you both live on my day off. Wishing you a great day. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for the day. I'm going to go take my migraine medicine and go get a neck adjustment regardless. I don't feel too bad. I don't have a headache so far. I imagine I'll be fatigued, as Kanduni and Singh would say.
Quite fatigued.
Excuse me, Captain, but I grow fatigued. Migraines usually, I don't usually get much of a headache anymore. Occasionally I do, but usually I just get really tired and kind of weak feeling for a day or so. Like tomorrow, and that's I'm lucky in that sense. But Jen, will the adjustment help me stop having these, or am I in a hormonal imbalance? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, it's out of place. It'll help.
The neck is a problem. It's out of place. Okay.
Did you take care of the sinus situation?
I took antibiotics for 10 days and I've been doing flushes, and it does feel like it's better, but is it okay, or
I don't see any green in there. Yeah.
I mean, if I need to, I'll run some more antibiotics. Luckily, thanks to Jen putting me onto it, I bought some Augmentin and took that. So, you think it's better?
Yeah. Keep up on it though. Make sure I don't see any left in there, but looks pretty good.
Renee. Okay, so Angela Renee, not Angela Rena or Rena. Renee, Angela Renee. Okay. All right. Thanks. I've been friends on Facebook for a long time, so I should get that right. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up. Jen, are you doing a philosophy show tomorrow?
I think so.
Okay. Jen thinks she's going to be doing philosophy.
I don't know if it's going to be a Tuesday or a Thursday. Just depends on what I have to get done tomorrow.
But you can find Jen on jenniferfalaw.com on that pretty new site that she has just redesigned. It looks really nice. On YouTube, she's Jennifer Falaw. And on Philosophy, it's on Telegram, she's Jennifer Falaw. And Philosophy Chat on Telegram. And you can find me on mikebarrett.blogspot.com, which Jen, I'm so I should be posting your shows up there. I should be posting all the, and I just don't do it. I'm just lazy. Real News Live, of course, is the Rumble channel. Real News Live with Mike and Jen is the Rumble channel. Telegram, Mike Barra 33, Instagram, Mike Barra 333, and at capital Mike, capital Barra 333 on Twitter X. But the Twitter X is not for the faint-hearted, so be careful about going there. Jen, any final thoughts before we head out? Otherwise, we'll see you back here on Wednesday. And
I think we have a whole lot
tomorrow.
of things. There's a whole lot of things going on all over the place. So keep an eye out on anything that looks like Trump made a phone call. We're looking for a rate sometime end of week, hopefully before. That is a goal. We'll see if they get it done. That's all I know right now.
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's stay hopeful that on Friday we're getting our notifications finally. Let's keep our eyes peeled on that.
Let's do that.
See you then. Have a good one. Bye.